Cars on track now for race 2 of round 6 of the Ford Racing Australian Formula Ford Championship. Will Davison, as a result of that win in race 1, takes pole position for race 2 with Will Power right alongside Robert Henderson and Nick Agland fill row 2. Daniel Elliott and Jamie Whincup will start out of row 3. Plenty of Formula Fords here at Mallala. Critical championship round, and it really looks like it's falling into the hands of young Will Davison at the moment. Dominant performance, taking pole position, so he picked up an extra championship point as a result of that effort yesterday, and he's taken victory in Heat 1. So he really is on a roll, the young Victorian. Just 18 years of age and a big future ahead of him as we await the start. Racing Will Power. Once again on the outside, not the ideal position, but he got the jump last time. Well positioned for this first turn, and he takes advantage of it too. So Will Davison once again beaten. Pole position there is positioned more in mind with the second part of that turn 1 in mind. But as they flick through that right-hander, Will Power was able to take advantage. But as we saw in race 1, Will Davison forced his way through. And Craig Lowndes, Will Power, he really had a lot of pressure in race 1. It's probably going to be double this time around. Well, there you go. First lap, and Will Davison's taken the lead. On cold tyres, a lot of cars here just escorting themselves off the circuit. Back on, no damage, but definitely Will Power didn't get probably the nicest first lap he did in the first race, but Will Davison now is in the lead, and we'll see what happens now. Will Power will be kicking himself after that second turn indiscretion. He ran way offline. Will Davison was there to pounce. You can't give that man even a moment, and he will be through. So Will Davison takes advantage. We're looking at the back of Stuart Costera's car, who's carrying our trackside cameras. Gave us some great shots, particularly a spectacular spin in race 1. Now he's back in the thick of the battle again, looking out the back of Ty Hanger's car. As Will Davison leads around, Will Power drops a wheel up over the curb in his chase. He's got to cool down now and try and get that position back, because that was not the way he wanted to start race 1. There's Robbie Henderson, the young Kiwi driver, doing a tremendous job in the Formula Ford Championship. Nick Agland, Jamie Whincup up there as well. So once again, the cream rising to the top, and the battle for the championship coming down to these top few contenders. Hard under brakes into the turn at the end of pit straight. Henderson sizes up Will Power. Will Davison already starting to scamper away. Jamie Whincup's fought back well from that problem in race 1. He's in the thick of this battle too. Great circuit, Mallala Raceway. And a Formula Ford, Craig, is it difficult to set a car up for this turn, because there seems to be a lot of lock brakes around here? Well, it is a very bumpy circuit, so you know, need to get a good setup for these cars to get the maximum out of it. But great in-car camera here. Just trying to go sneak around the outside of Nick Agland, but Stuart Costera here. You'll see going into this next right-hander, the steering wheel may start to vibrate. There it goes. It's a very bumpy circuit. Very rewarding, though, for drivers. And as you can see, hard on this throttle. Very left-right through here, back onto pit straight. You can see there he locked up a brake for a moment or two, so had the presence of mind to get off that brake pedal before he lost all his steering control. And Costera right in the thick of this. So the race score at the bottom left-hand side of your screen. There's Michael Caruso, winner of the inaugural Ford Rotax Challenge last year, and that earned him a Formula Ford drive this season. So he's really getting some good experience in the best Formula Ford field in the country. Well, this is quite interesting. Will Power's made up a lot of time on Davison, so maybe when Will Power gets into a groove, he's actually quite quick. He's managed to make up a lot of time, which is very hard to do in Formula Ford. A bit further back in the pack with our trackside camera with Stuart Costera closing in on the back of Jamie Whincup, and Robbie Henderson hard under brakes down the end of the back straight. Our leaders duck out of shot. Henderson under fire. Costera up the inside of Whincup. They're wheel to wheel now. How close do you like it? Beautiful move by Costera. He's really on a charge here. Very easy to lock wheels up, interlock wheels. When one wheel goes over another, then it becomes a very dangerous incident. But these two guys managed to race very smooth and very close without any damage. Let's have a look at this replay of this fantastic overtaking manoeuvre by the young Western Australian driver. Henderson just getting out of trouble's way, but Costera forced his way through. Whincup just gave him a bit of room, and that was the position gone. Will Power, though, is really applying the thumb screws now to our race leader, Will Davison. These cars so evenly matched. These really have been the sensational drivers of season 2001. And you've got to hand it to Will Power. That car is effectively an RF94 Van Diemen with upgrades by Brett Lupton, and that car is still competitive against the latest chassis in World Formula Ford competition. Car prepared by Peter Verheyen, a former Formula Ford champion himself, and he's done wonders for Will Power this season. The Queenslander has really got his eye in, and he's been the major challenger to Will Davison. Oh, problems here for Robbie Henderson. The Kiwi, who was doing such a great job in third, he's spun out, coming onto the start-finish straight. And the fast lane entry will go a long way back down the field. What a disappointment. He's been doing a great job, Craig.
Yeah, just coming back on a pit straight there. Very slippery, very lucky not to hit the wall, so did a great job there. Look at this slipstream, it's great. This is where it's all at. It's sort of the basics of motor racing. You get into the slipstream. Great shot down the end of back straight. This is hard on brakes.
Oh, is he in trouble here? It looked like Nick Aglin was going to try and take advantage of that situation as well. Jamie Wincup's got through, but we can't quite see where Aglin is at the moment. I suspect he's on the outside of Costera. So this is a tremendous three-way fight. Let's have a look at this Robbie Henderson incident once again. Looks like he just came in a bit too hot, Craig.
Yeah, definitely. He's on the grass there. Did a great job to keep it off the wall.
There you go.
Yeah, just ran a little bit wide, caught the grass. And when you hit the grass on any vehicle at the moment, it's just a little bit wet, so you actually increase your speed. It's sort of quite unusual or quite different to comprehend, but does happen, and very lucky.
Will Power continues to apply the pressure, maximum pressure here for Will Davison, but he's shown he's equal to the task throughout many championships. Look at the massive brake lock-up on the outside. That cost him position, and Will Power was able to take advantage. He's lucky he kept that car on the track.
Definitely, very lucky. And I said in the first race that Will Power probably have to do something special to get past Davison, and it looks like they've made some slight changes to that car, but a lot nicer. He's driving it very well.
Marcus Marshall trying to fight back after getting involved in that incident with Costera in race 1. Daniel Elliott from WA a little bit further back in the pack. Stuart Costera, though, giving us some great pictures as Nick Aglin tries once again. He tried a big move at turn 1, and it did not pay off.
Very lucky not to catch the end of or the back of the car of Costera. Would have been very ugly, but unfortunately for them, Mick Aglin have to get back on the road and get going again.
Final lap for our race leader, Will Power, and if he can win this one, it's going to be 1 win apiece for our 2 leaders. And I think Will Davison, though, will take the round by dint of the fact he took that pole position. 1 solitary point for pole. And if you think he's had 5 pole positions in a row, that's 5 championship points, which really could be the straw that breaks the camel's back in this championship. We've still got another 80 or so points on offer with 2 rounds to come. And here's a replay of that incident. Aglin took a real dive at Costera with 1 lap remaining, but it was just too fast.
It was a great shot, actually seeing Costera just keeping out of trouble, but this is a great opportunity now for Will Power.
Yep, he's going to bring it home, I think. Davison not able to respond. That car just looking a bit difficult under brakes. Maybe not quite balanced in terms of its corner weights because it's locking brakes left, right and centre. But Will Power, congratulations, as Stuart Costera survives a number of attacks, and he launched a couple of attacks himself. He's done a great job here at Mallala this weekend. Nick Aglin brings it across the line as well. So a win apiece for the 2 wheels. 1 for Davison, 1 for Power. But as I said, Davison will take the result of that pole position yesterday. Boy, it was worth it. Look at the finishing margin. Barely 0.3 of a second between those two. Jamie Wincup in 3rd. Stuart Costera was 4th. Andrew Jones 5th. Nick Aglin, tie hanger, and Vayo Phillips rounded out the top 8. Richard Chamberlain and Michael Caruso, the karting champion, came in 10th. Ashlow, Robert Henderson, Mark Winterbottom, Hart Mason, Daniel Elliott and Robert Jones rounded out the top 16 in a thrilling championship round, as we've seen throughout the Formula 4 Championship this year. Will Davison, though, starting to get a stranglehold on this one. Could he be the champion in 2001?